Hi, my name is Michele and I'm passionate about coats and jackets. And today I'm reviewing my Belstaff Trialmaster, which I have here in a color which is called Redwood. To me, as a motorcyclist and as somebody who is passionate about British-inspired clothing, owning a Belstaff jacket is like owning a piece of British history. However, this jacket costs $595, which is a lot of money. So today my objective is to help you find out if this is the right jacket for you and if it is worth the money. I love Belstaff so much that I own two versions of this jacket. I have the jacket that I'm wearing now, which is the motorcycle-inspired version of the Trialmaster, i.e. the original one that was launched in 1948. And then I have the motorcycle version that Belstaff sells now. Now, this is a completely different jacket. It has protective equipment on the shoulders, on the elbows, on the back. The wax cotton is very different between the two jackets, so I'm only going to be talking about the jacket that I'm wearing now. However, if you're interested in a comparison about the two jackets, I would suggest that you subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be doing a comparison between these two jackets pretty soon. Now, it is hard to talk about Belstaff without talking about Barbour. Although I feel that Belstaff is not as well known among the general public as Barbour, if you are into British classic clothing and if you are into motorcycling, you will know both brands. Both brands are British, as I said. Belstaff was established in 1924, so 30 years after Barbour, and both companies went after the motorcycling market. However, one of the main differences is that Belstaff to this day owns a specific line of motorcycle clothing which is certified and is used by racers and motorcyclists. Barbour only has motorcycle-inspired clothing. Belstaff had a cult following also in the aviation industry. At the time, leather jackets were used to protect the pilots from the very cold temperatures of flying at high altitudes, so they were using Belstaff jackets. Now, you may also be familiar with the association between Belstaff and Steve McQueen. I know that if I mention Steve McQueen, most of you will think about Barbour, because Barbour uses the figure of Steve McQueen extensively in its marketing material, and they even have a line which is specifically named after Steve McQueen. But the reality of the matter is that Steve McQueen was wearing a Belstaff in the most famous movie, The Great Escape. And according to many of his friends that have been interviewed since his death, Steve McQueen actually preferred the Belstaff jackets over the Barbour jackets, to the point that he was wearing Belstaff when he was on his private time. Now, if celebrity actors are not your thing and you prefer Marxist revolutionaries, you might find it interesting to know that this jacket was worn by Che Guevara in the 50s of last century while he was doing his famous motorcycle tour in South America, way before he became the most famous Marxist revolutionary in Cuba. Unlike Barbour, Belstaff is not a family-owned company, and they've changed ownership a few times. Right now, they are owned by the British chemical conglomerate INEOS, which is the same that participates in the America's Cup, and it's the same group that makes the INEOS Grenadier, if you're into rugged cars. Now, let's talk specifically about this jacket. This is the Trialmaster, and it was launched by Belstaff in 1948. This is exactly 1 year after Barbour had launched its Barbour International jacket. I have reviewed that jacket already, and you can find the review here or here, not sure. And I'm going to make a comparison between the two jackets soon. Many people pointed out that the Belstaff Trialmaster is actually a copy of the Barbour International, and you can make that argument. This design, this four-pocket design, became the motorcycle style of jackets in the 50s and 60s. And you can find many clones of this jacket by pretty much any company that is active in the motorcycle field or that produces jackets that are motorcycle inspired.
This jacket is a 6-ounce Millerain wax cotton, which is lighter than its main competitor, the Barbour International. This makes the whole jacket lighter and more suitable for warmer days than a Barbour for sure. The cotton feels beautiful to the touch and much softer than that of other brands. You will notice though that in the elbow area and in the shoulder area, the wax cotton is actually doubled. This is a direct nod to the motorcycle heritage of this jacket, since the elbows and shoulders are two high impact areas in case of a motorcycle crash. So Belstaff doubled the material, giving it the resistance of a 12-ounce wax cotton, i.e. more than its main competitor, the Barbour International. The jacket has 4 large pockets, including the classic slanted map pocket for easy access. However, the map pocket is much smaller than the one you can find on the Barbour, to the point that it cannot hold the map. It is in fact the same size as the other pocket, just slanted, making it ideal for your phone. The hardware of this particular model is a beautiful dark grey, but depending on the color you get, it will be different. All Belstaff jackets have the Belstaff Phoenix logo on the left sleeve, and this one is made of Velcro and it's very minimalistic. I like it, but I'm curious to see how it's going to age. Both the neck and the cuffs are lined with corduroy, which is very pleasant to the touch. Another feature is the belted waist, a signature feature that gives it that sharp, tailored look. You will also notice that there is corduroy at the bottom of the jacket, which makes it very sophisticated, at least to me. The jacket comes with a 24 months warranty, which is double what Barbour offers.
Now, normally the Trialmaster has a beautiful tartan liner on the inside. This one is a special edition, which is a replica of the original one that came out in 1948. So it does not have that tartan liner, but it has a cotton liner which is very similar in color to the exterior. Now the liner is not 100% cotton, but the sleeves are actually made 100% of polyester, which is something that I deeply dislike, because that means that during the summer, if you're wearing a short sleeve shirt or a t-shirt and it's hot, the polyester will make you sweat. So something to keep in mind. The jacket is not made in the United Kingdom, despite its British heritage and despite all the marketing and advertising about its cool British factor. In fact, it is made in Albania. Now, this is something that I often complain about for British wax cotton jackets. Barbour has that problem too for some of its jackets, and I personally don't like that fact, especially in light of the price that they're asking. They're asking $595 for this jacket, and I would expect it to be made in a country where salaries are so high as to justify that price. One thing to keep in mind when we talk about sizing of Belstaff jackets is that their sizing is all over the place. I am a size 40 in American clothing and a size 50 in Italian, and pretty much all of my suits and coats are 40, 50 in Italian. But in terms of Belstaff jackets, I have medium, extra large, double XL, large. So that's something to keep in mind when you're deciding what size to get. The best thing is to be able to try them on. Now, this particular jacket, I bought it in Italy and it has Italian sizing. So normally I should have gone for a 50. However, I am wearing a 52. And as you can see, it fits me really well. If I had gone with a 50, the shoulders would have been definitely too tight and I would have not been able to wear it with a jacket, with a sport coat underneath. FYI, in the motorcycle version of this jacket, I wear a large, which is exactly what the website tells me I should be wearing. Now you will notice that this jacket has a very structured fit. It's not as loose as most Barbours, and this is one of the reasons why I love it so much, and I love it more than my Barbours. I just like the way it makes me feel, I like the way it makes me look, and I like just how it seems to perfectly fit my body. One thing that most people notice when they get a Belstaff jacket, a Trialmaster, is that the sleeves are very long. And in fact, these sleeves are quite long. If you look at them, they are definitely longer than they should be. I've seen many YouTubers saying that this is a problem with the design. It's not a problem with the design. The sleeves are long by design. This is a replica of a motorcycle jacket from the 40s. So motorcycle jackets are designed so that when you are in riding position, your sleeves are still covered and therefore protected in case of impact. This jacket is fairly long, and as you can see, it gets down to the middle of my thigh, so it's definitely long enough to wear it over a sport coat. Another thing that is a direct heritage of the motorcycle past of this jacket is that you will notice that the zipper doesn't go all the way to the bottom of the jacket. And again, this is by design because you are supposed to be wearing this on a motorcycle, so the jacket splits so that it doesn't cinch up while you're sitting on the bike. Now, I've mentioned before that I own the two versions of this jacket, the one I'm wearing and the motorcycle version. As a motorcyclist, it's very important for me to pass the message that the one I'm wearing now is not a motorcycle garment. It's not a protective garment. It will not protect you in case of a crash with a motorcycle. If you are a motorcyclist and you're interested in this model, I would definitely recommend that you take the motorcycle version of it. You could say, well, this was a motorcycle jacket. This was created specifically for racers to participate in the 6 days trial in Scotland. And yes, you're right, but times then were different. In the 40s, anything could be a motorcycle garment as long as it provided a minimum level of protection. Nowadays, to be a motorcycle garment, a garment needs to be tested and pass certain standards, and it receives a rating that tells you how long the textile will resist in case of a slide, and the amount of energy that the protections will absorb before the rest is transmitted to your body. So the jacket I'm wearing now is definitely not to be used on a motorcycle. If you're interested in wearing a Trialmaster on a motorcycle, and I think you should because it's a great jacket, get the motorcycle version instead. Now, why did I buy this jacket and am I happy with it? Well, I didn't have really a good reason to buy this jacket and I wasn't looking for it. What happened is I was on holiday and I saw it in a shop in Italy and I entered and the price was amazing. It was less than $300 for a jacket that normally retails for $595. So being the jacket aficionado that I am, I just jumped on the opportunity and bought it. However, the question is, do I think that this jacket is worth $595 and would I have bought it at $595? And I feel that it's a question that has to answer. Do I feel that this jacket is worth $595? Yes, I feel that this jacket is really refined in the way it's manufactured. It has a lot of attentions in the details that you can see. However, the fact that it's not made in the UK and it's made in Albania rubs me off the wrong way. Not because I have anything against my Albanian friends, but because if you're charging UK prices for the jacket, I would expect you to pay UK salaries and not Albanian salaries. Albania has cheap labor compared to the UK, but I don't see that cheap labor reflected in the price. So there's that. And would I have bought this jacket if it had been full price? The answer is no, because I already own many wax cotton jackets. I already own a Trialmaster, so I would have not bought it at full price. Whether or not you should buy it at full price, that's a completely different question. If you don't have a wax cotton jacket, I would definitely recommend that you look at this, especially if you don't like the fit of the Barbour or if you find the Barbour outdated and too baggy. This jacket fits fantastic. I think it has a manliness to it, which the Barbour lacks, almost like a meanness to it, which most of Belstaff jackets have. So it's something that appeals to many people. So have a look at them. Well, that's it for today. I hope I helped you determine whether or not this is the right jacket for you. I'd love to hear from you if you own a Belstaff Trialmaster, and especially if you own both Barbour and Belstaff, which one you like best. I'm definitely biased towards Belstaff, but even with that in mind, I can seriously not recommend this jacket at full price.